What's going on? Hey, man, can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me now. Can you hear me? What's going on, everybody? We here on a Wednesday. We just chilling. We trying different times, different things. Get on in here. I could not wait till Sunday. I couldn't wait till Sunday. I couldn't do it, y'all. Oh, let me get this lighting right. How y'all doing? What's going on? I see y'all. Hold on. Messy girl, I see you in the building. Yes, make sure y'all are coming in and hitting that like button and that share button, hitting that notification bell. Do all of the things. Auntie, you already know what time it is. We have hit 2,300 plus subscribers, y'all. 2,300 plus subscribers. Give it up. The Wednesday party do? What the Wednesday party do? Let's see. Who else in the building tonight? It's just a little midday check-in. We ain't gonna be here all night. I know Mugs gotta work. I'm gonna respect that. Tonight. Even though Sunday nights, y'all gotta work on Monday nights too. Either way, we just vibing. Let me say what's up, Mike Drop Barbecue. What you in here? What's going on, Mike Drop? He said, oh, I have 3 people who I had to block because they are fixated on taking my videos down. They even have a petition to get my channel off YouTube. They've been at it since 2025. Jesus Christ. What is going on with that? Is it that serious? What's going on, Fanny? I see you. Welcome in. What's going on, Obiama? You gonna be on your best behavior tonight, or what? You gonna be good tonight? What's going on, y'all? We about to get this thing started. What's going on, A-Dub? I see you. Welcome in. Y'all heard about what happened with Rihanna, right? Baby, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to talk about it. I'm like, nope, we're gonna pick this up right where it is. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Yes, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Who else is in the building? I see you, Big Bad Bull. I see you. Welcome. Listen. Let me get this music down a little bit. I want to make sure I got that right. Okay. All right. This angle look good. We good to go? Welcome to a little midday week vibe. We are going to discuss this crazy ass shooting that happened with Rihanna. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to do our part 2 of denouncing the sororities. Well, at least the Delta sororities, because on Sunday, we're going to pick up a whole new sorority to talk about, as well as the fraternities. Because the fraternities are just as bad. I done went down the rabbit hole and I can't get out, so I'm taking y'all with me, okay? And again, there's no Tito shade to anybody in any sorority or any frat. We just learning. That's all. We just learning. So y'all ready to get into it? Drop some purple hearts in the building if you're ready to get into it. We got 33 people in the building. Let's go. Ain't no thing, y'all. Purple hearts. Let me know that you're ready to get this thing going. Let me make sure I got my stuff prepared for you. Thank y'all for joining me on this Wednesday, for real. I know it's random, but it be like that sometimes. It just be like that sometimes. Let me get my little notes pulled up. So, you guys, I named this stream. Let's get into it. I see y'all in the purple hearts. Let's go. Yes, drop them in there. Let me turn this music down just a little bit more. So y'all, I named this show Tales of Obsession because the obsessive personality is quite interesting, right? And I feel that between the denouncement of the sororities, right, and the lengths that people went through to become a part of that sorority, you had to be a little obsessed, right? Obsessed with wanting to belong, obsessed with wanting to be in community, obsessed with finding your identity, with prestige. You know, there's an obsession there if you're going that hard. And on the last show, we saw how hard those ladies were going just to be a part of the organization. So then we have Rihanna's situation happen, right? Where a fan who is so obsessed with Rihanna that she is literally making things up in her head to the point where she is now trying to shoot Rihanna's house up. That's a crazy, crazy, crazy level of obsession. And we got to talk about it. So in this show, we're going to discuss the sororities. We're going to get into the shooting, and we're going to really dive deep into the personality of the young lady that did this with Rihanna. And we're just going to explore the traits of the obsessed and how it can lead to imminent danger. We got to talk about it so more people can be more aware, so they can know what to look for in people, because sometimes you just don't know. But the signs are always there. The signs are always lurking around. So we're going to get into it. Give me 1 second. My dog is barking like crazy right now. Let me go make sure she's straight. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Drop some hearts. Let's go. Oops, my bad. I'm back. Sorry, my dog. Did y'all hear her? I don't know if y'all can hear her from upstairs, but she was, girl, calm down. She's a good girl, though. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the first video and catch y'all up on what's going on, child, because it's a mess. It's a mess. And without further ado, let's get into the first video. Make sure you are liking and sharing and commenting on the video. Go call the cousins, tell them to come pull up. Let's go. Hold on, let me get it here. What's going on? I see y'all coming in the building. I see y'all. I know it's Wednesday night. Probably just getting off work. You settling on in. Come on, settle on in. Wait, what the hecky? Y'all, where's the other part? Am I tweaking? Okay, we're just gonna do it like this. All right, so y'all ready? Let's
this morning about it. The suspect arrested after a shooting out. News now, we're learning more this morning about it. The suspect arrested after a shooting outside singer Rihanna's Beverly Crest mansion.
Gigi Graciette is live there at outside the home with more on this. Gigi. That's right, Bob and Jen. The LAPD has identified the woman accused of shooting up the outside of Rihanna and ASAP Rocky's Los Angeles home yesterday afternoon as 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz. She is behind bars this morning, being charged with attempted murder. Her bail set at $10,225,000. Now, this morning, we're outside the Beverly Crest home, just off of Coldwater Canyon, and you can.
And I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. I love Rihanna the way niggas love Tom Brady. Okay? Yeah, that you want to talk about a fan? Oh my goodness. So when I heard about this, I was like, I know you fucking lying. I know you lying. I know. Say it ain't so, and thank God. Thank God no one was hurt. Cause baby, that's why I had to come talk to y'all about this immediately.
See the white gate to the property, and you see that white tape there. That is actually covering up 5 bullet holes, and those were just some of the gunfire, some of the shots fired here yesterday afternoon. Now take a look at the video.
The white Tesla, if you went on Coldwater, 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle at the gate, code 3, isn't it?
The shooting happening in broad daylight around 1:20 Sunday afternoon in the normally quiet Beverly Crest neighborhood. People who heard the shooting told police it was a barrage of bullets, some hitting the front gate as you saw there, others reportedly making their way to the entrance of the home behind the gate, but thankfully no one was injured. Now, witnesses were able to check their security cameras and described the shooter as a blonde woman with her hair in braids in a white Tesla with paper plates, last seen heading northbound on Coldwater Canyon. LAPD's air unit quickly spotting the car and following it all the way to the Sherman Oaks Galleria on Sepulveda and Ventura Boulevard, where she turned into the parking area, and that's where police took her into custody. They say they found inside the Tesla an assault-style rifle they believe was used in the shooting. And again, that suspect now identified as Ivana Lisette.
Assault style rifle. First of all, where did you get that from? And she was in a Tesla? Y'all, I don't want to get into the conspiracy theory. But some it's already sounding off. It's already sounding off. And see, somebody already said it. I don't want to think this, y'all. But why? Why would Jay-Z send for Rihanna? What is the issue? And what would he have to gain? What would he have to gain by offering Rihanna? Hold that thought. Let's keep going.
Ortiz, she's 35 years old. What is her connection to these singers? If any, we don't know. Police aren't saying, but she has been booked for attempted murder. Yesterday, we spoke to some of the neighbors here who heard the gunfire.
It was really loud, and everything echoes in this valley, so you can hear everything. A shot, it's not something you expect.
My first thought was, really? Because, again, given the neighborhood, you don't usually expect for there to be drive-by shootings in a place like this, but
wait a minute,
they're
y'all.
everywhere. Drive-by shootings in a place like this.
Y'all, I want y'all to get into this white man's reaction, because I don't know why, but it kind of pissed me off. I don't know why, but his reaction to this kind of irritated me. Tell me if you think I'm tripping. Tell me if you think I'm tripping. Because really? It's almost like he was like, oh, we had a shooting in our neighborhood? Like, look at him. I don't know. Something about it just irritated my soul.
You expect.
My first thought was, really? Because, again, given the neighborhood, you don't usually expect for there to be drive-by shootings in a place like this, but they're everywhere now.
Oh, my God.
You can only imagine nerves were extremely rattled. We understand from officials that Rihanna was home at the time of the shooting. Unclear if ASAP Rocky and their 3 small children were here. Bringing it back here live. We're not going to show you, but there is a heavy security presence, private security working for Rihanna and ASAP Rocky up and down this block. Unclear if they were here yesterday. We do not believe they were outside the home yesterday. Obviously, Rihanna has had her run-in with stalkers. One of her homes in the Hollywood Hills was burglarized. But again, if you're just joining us here on Good Day LA, the LAPD has now identified the shooting suspect as Ivana Lisette Ortiz. She's 35 years old. She'll be 36 in June. She's been booked for attempted murder. Her bail set over $10 million. Reporting live in Beverly.
Wow, y'all. So we got a 35-year-old obsessed fan who got hold of an AR-15 rifle, rode up to Rihanna's crib and shot at it. What's going on? Because, baby, I was ready to ride at dawn. If they didn't catch that girl, listen. Because what? So now, let's get into the who behind the rifle. Because homegirl is nuts. Okay? I'm talking about off the rocker. And this is so scary because clearly no one is around her enough that loves her enough to help her get help. And there are so many people like this person walking around with this type of erratic behavior, walking around obsessing over people that they don't know, that they have never met, but they want access to somehow, some way, and end up doing dangerous shit like this. It's getting spooky out here, folks, but let's get into the woman charged with attempted murder.
Fired at Rihanna's Beverly Crest home. A Florida woman is charged today with 10 counts, including attempted murder. Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez. She's live outside that courthouse in downtown LA with the latest there. Christina?
You know, she was in court. We were not allowed to get video of her, but she looked very subdued, nothing like the social media videos we've seen. Her hair behind her ears, no extensions, very quiet, represented by a public defender. Here's what happened.
The charges that have been filed against Ms. Ortiz include 1 count of attempted murder, 10 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and 3 felony counts of shooting at an inhabited dwelling or camper.
LA County DA Nathan Hockman outside the courtroom where Ivana Lisette Ortiz appeared.
Ms. Ortiz, you have the statutory and constitutional right to be arraigned today.
The judge not allowing us to show Ortiz's face in court.
Why?
A 35-year-old Florida woman allegedly opened fire with an assault rifle on singer Rihanna's home this weekend. Rihanna was actually inside this bullet-riddled Airstream trailer, and her children were in the house. No one was injured.
Rihanna was there with her partner, her 3 children, her mother, and 2 staff people, representing 8 of the 10 of the counts of...
Wait a minute. So when the shots were fired, Rihanna was already in this trailer? Did he say bulletproof or bullet riddled? I think he said bullet riddled. Okay. So, I wonder what's in that trailer, but let's go.
Dealing with an assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
Ortiz's social media accounts repeatedly refer to Rihanna, including this January 21st post.
I'm fighting with the devil himself. And that's why you got Rihanna over there all jealous. Because how am I, because her faith is the devil. Rihanna's faith is the devil, okay? I don't like her, and she's always trying to steal from me.
Here, mugshots of
my
Ortiz
God.
provided by Florida authorities after being arrested on domestic violence allegations dating back to 2023. She was also rearrested that year after police say she violated a domestic violence protection order.
As for the Rihanna case here,
wait a minute.
Ms. Ortiz, if and when
Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. So Shorty already has a violent criminal past. Who keeps letting her out of jail? Who keeps letting her out? Let's run that back. Girl done been booked since book been booked.
2023. She was also re-arrested by Florida authorities after being arrested on domestic violence allegations dating back to 2023. She was also re-arrested that year after police say she violated a domestic violence protection order.
So you telling me this girl was booked for domestic violence and within the same year got booked again for violating the domestic violence restraining order? Lord have mercy. Why y'all let her out? I feel like people who violate protection orders, they need to sit down. Because clearly the restraining order is not stopping them. Clearly they don't care about that shit. So that means they are a danger to the people that this little piece of paper, restraining order, or what have you, is trying to protect. If they violate that shit, you only should get one time. Y'all let this lady out again. Now she's trying to kill our girl. And I just, nah, the system is broken. Because what the hell is that?
As for the Rihanna case here,
Ms. Ortiz, if and when convicted of these charges, is facing up to life in state prison. Her bail has been set by the court at $1,875,000.
Now they postponed her arraignment.
Wait a minute, y'all. I'm frozen again. I don't know why I keep freezing, y'all. The Wi-Fi is booming. I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to take it off of center stage mode and change that. I don't know. Maybe that will help. We'll see. Hold on. Am I still frozen, y'all? Let me know. I was. Am I still frozen? I don't know why. What's going on? Am I moving now, y'all? Let me know. Okay. All right, cool.
Get to do this all over. She did not enter a plea, so we get to do it again March 25th. Keep in mind really quickly, Marla, you saw those shots to that Airstream. Those shots went first through the outside gate. If that outside gate had not slowed down those shots, it would have gone through the Airstream with Rihanna and her partner inside. So this is pretty serious. And DA taking this very seriously, obviously. We'll keep you updated. Live in downtown Los Angeles, I'm Christina Gonzalez. Back to you.
All right. So now that thank y'all for letting me know. Listen, welcome in. Listen, we got 54 people in the building. Y'all showing up. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you're hitting the share, the subscribe, do all of the things. If you want to support the show, you know what to do. I got the banner going. But the most help would be just to like the video and share the video. So now we have this girl. She's been booked. She's on a what she said, over $10 million bond. Already had a criminal past of violence, domestic violence. And all it was, the only thing that prevented Rihanna from being killed by those bullets was her gait. What do y'all think is going on? Is this a case of a crazy, obsessed, delusional fan, or is it something more? I'm sure as time goes on, it will tell. So I'm going to play one more video of the news because, baby, they said that shot up that lady house at 1:30 in the afternoon. By 3:30, Rihanna was on a whole new jet out of the city, okay? She was not fucking around.
Bags packed, her team surrounding her. Rihanna made her escape from Beverly Hills just hours after this woman allegedly shot up her home with an AR-15 style weapon.
Shooting just occurred, 10 gunshots fired from the vehicle.
TMZ with the new video of Rihanna's motorcade leaving her 90210 neighborhood.
One second.
A caravan of cars with blacked out windows heading down the street. Then Riri and her entourage, 3:30 yesterday at the Van Nuys, California airport getting ready to board this private jet.
I believe the shots came from across the street.
The accused shooter, Ivana Ortiz, seen here on Facebook, is still locked up behind bars, held on a $10 million plus bail after being booked for attempted murder. Today, a source tells people the incident was terrifying for Rihanna. She doesn't understand why someone would target her family.
The way that Rihanna wants to kill me, she's the one who wants to kill me.
That's Ortiz 2 months ago, holding the praying woman's journal in her hand and spewing scary, unhinged messages towards the pop superstar.
Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. Yeah, she's a witch. She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here.
1 month later, another disturbing post.
I keep telling her to stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it.
But the charges
Girl, that lady don't know you.
Rihanna's home are not Ivana's first brush with the law.
She's had several prior run-ins.
We spoke with Daily Mail senior correspondent Kayla Brantley.
In 2023, she was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence and battery. And police say that this was an incident involving an ex-partner during a custody exchange in front of.
Now, this gives a little more insight of the charges that she was originally or, previously booked on. Custody battle? This woman has a child? My God, today.
Her child. Records also show that she has had multiple arrests in Florida, including a careless driving arrest in 2021.
All right, y'all.
Only a couple of weeks ago, Rihanna shared this video from her home. Her 2-year-old son, Riot, in a Mardi Gras costume. People now reporting a source as saying, thankfully, everyone is safe following the incident. Even with a great security team in place, it's scary to realize that something like this can still happen.
Damn. Imagine if a bullet hit one of those babies. Oh, my God. This girl better be so freaking lucky that they got her immediately. Because the streets, oh my gosh. The way the streets would have handled that ass, I don't even know what to say. So now let's take the focus now to the suspect, right? Miss Ivana Ortiz. Because there's a whole compilation of videos of this girl doing the most on the internet about Rihanna. I've never seen this girl in my life. I've never, ever noticed her. Let me know if anybody in the chat has ever seen this girl before. Have you ever seen a profile picture? Like, where did she come from? Where did she come from? Oh my God, I'm frozen again. What is going on? I know it's been storming out here too since yesterday. So I don't know if that's messing up with the connection, y'all. I'm so sorry. Just rock with me. Let me see. Oh, is it that? Is it that? Let me see. Let me try closing some tabs out, I guess. Let me see. I do be having a lot of tabs open. I'm sorry, y'all. I got to figure out why that keep happening. I took the little thing off that follows me on the camera. I took that off. So it should be okay. Right? We good? Just keep rocking with me. Just keep rocking with me, y'all. It's these folk Timu Wi-Fi. I swear to God, I got good Wi-Fi over here. I don't know what be going on. But thank y'all. Now, this may be the issue. I definitely got a lot of tabs open because I'm going through tabs to show y'all stuff. That is hilarious. Okay. So let's keep it moving. And I want to get deeper into the personality of the shooter because, baby, it is deep. And I want y'all to let me know, like, have you ever met anyone with these type of traits and with this type of personality? You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy? Let's see. All right. Because there's a certain look they have in their eyes. There's a certain speech pattern, I feel like. But let's get into it.
I don't want you, and you don't go there. And you know what? God's judgment is going to be overwhelming against you. when he grabs you and throws you down. I've already seen it. You saw Rihanna. You saw her picture. She has a very big forehead and an ugly, ugly nose. That's God's judgment on her. I keep telling her to stop harassing me. To stop harassing me. And she keeps doing it. She keeps harassing me. And I already bought stock in Ulta. And I have staked in Ulta. So now those energies can't harass me when I go into Ulta anymore. When I go into Ulta, there's the devil tries to antagonize me, or there's an energy trying to literally throw.
Hold the fuck on. Girl, what are you talking about? This is not funny, y'all. This is not funny. This is not funny. But what the fuck? The devil is in Ulta and you have stock and stake in Ulta. And now, since you have stake and stock in Ulta, the so-called devil that's in Ulta won't ever hurt you again. That's what I'm saying. Like, and she's uploading this. She's uploading this content. She's uploading this. Where are her friends? Where are the friends to say, baby, take it down. Take it down, gang. That ain't it, yo. What?
There's an energy trying to literally instigate against me by the pictures there. But you know what? I bought steak in there and I said, you know what, forget you. This is mine too. This is mine too. You're not going to be throwing bad energy at me when I'm coming to the store. So I went and I bought stock. Ooh. And then when I went in there, I saw Rihanna. She looked so bad. That's the judgment of God. And I thank God for that. So just the way God did that judgment, the same energy, the same devil that is trying to be around me and make my area uncomfortable, God is going to instigate against me by the pictures that are there. But you know what? I bought steak in there and I said, you know what, forget you. This is my...
Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, she's a witch. She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here, okay? They can't do this. They can't do this. That's why you got Rihanna over there all jealous. Because how am I...
Pause for a second. And what's so scary about this and people like this is that they really believe what they're talking about. This lady don't know Rihanna, y'all. Rihanna don't know this lady. And she is wishing death on this woman because she believes in her head that Rihanna is taking something from her and not allowing her to flourish. What causes these things, y'all? Do you think this is something? Damn. And you know what? Oh my gosh, she can definitely. Thank you for being here. I am a Viking. She can definitely claim insanity because this bitch is fucking insane. And you know what? And that also is pissing me off because no, ain't no insanity plea. Bitch, you need to go to jail and then after that, go to hell because you are unwell. You know? But like I was saying, it's like to be this deep in your own delusion. It's crazy work. And that's what I wanted to ask. Like, do you think people are born with these type of like mentalities, or is this something that develops over time? Like what starts this weird obsession in the belief of delusion? I feel like there has to be some extreme traumatic situation that has happened to you to have you this off your rocker. Like something has had to have happened where the mind becomes split, and you live on the delusion side of your mind. Because this is deep, y'all. Let's keep going. I just wanted to pause right there. Shout out to Baller Alert, fair use, fair use. I just wish I could rewind on their videos, man.
People. She only did her little music thing so that mine too. You're not gonna be. She can do witchcraft.
Look at the wig.
And so that she can steal from people. So everybody, please don't listen to her. Don't follow her. Don't give that girl any air, space, or time because she's stealing from you. Listen, Rihanna, when you die, God is taking me to my future. You want to kill me. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Yeah, she's a witch. She's a witch. I'm a watchman. She's a witch. Get that stupid girl out of here. Okay? They can't do this. They can't do this. That's why you got Rihanna over there all jealous. Because how am I? Because her faith is the devil. Rihanna's faith is the devil. Okay? I don't like her. And she's always trying to steal from me. And she has not ever put out any music to reach people. She only did her little music thing so that she can do witchcraft. And so that she can steal from people. So everybody, please, don't listen to her.
Okay, what do y'all think about that, though? Oh, my God. Ugh. I hate that she said that. I hate that she said that because I do believe that there's some type of like witchcraft stuff happening in the music industry. I'm not saying that Rihanna is taking part. But do y'all think it could be something there? Because I have heard that. The type of things that you have to do to be successful in the industry, there's a lot of witchcraft shit you may have to fucking I don't know, Taz. I don't know. The rabbit hole goes so deep. They be calling Beyonce a witch. I kind of believe that though. Let's keep going, y'all, because I don't know.
So you guys need to wake up and don't give that girl any attention. They want to come over here and steal my thoughts.
That's Satan. He just wants to kill something beautiful. Just like his Rihanna. They just want to kill something beautiful.
So even though the devil and Rihanna are very loud, God and Jesus Christ are doing something, and myself. Look at the devil. He doesn't want it to be me. He doesn't want me to be a Christian woman of God. Because that's what it is. That's why I'm indifferent to Rihanna. I'm indifferent to a lot of your girls, devil.
Wow.
They may be loud. Rihanna and the devil may be very loud. But that's not power. That's not power. Me and Jesus Christ are good. Okay? She's stealing from you. So you
and Jesus Christ are good, baby. You're literally the works of the devil. You're wishing death on other people. This woman is insane. But here's the thing. I don't believe it started like this. I believe she had a true admiration for Rihanna. And that admiration somehow turned into obsession. And wires got crossed. And, lines got blurred. And now it's like she doesn't know how to handle her obsession. Right? I feel like I sound crazy.
Rihanna even said, I oink about herself. She's so stupid. She's like, I oink like you. And no, that was on a day when I was doing day trades and I was trading ION. Look up the tracker. And then Rihanna's over there and she's there with the devil. They don't want me to get money. They don't want me to be successful. I made $3,000 one day
on a day trade trading NVDA. And then Rihanna, she pops up in the spirit with the devil, and they're like, meh, 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 meh. And then they went over and they attacked a legal case. They went and attacked my lawyer, Jennifer Meister, and they took her spirit and her energy, and they were just right there. Like, I could see them vivid as day. And because they were jealous. Rihanna even said, I oink, about herself. She's so stupid. She's like, I oink like you. And no, that was on a day when I was doing day trade.
Like, y'all, what is she talking about? She went from I oink to she did that on a day that I was day trading. What does one have to do with the other? My God, today. And the fact that these videos are up. Who saw these videos?
Because
why weren't
they literally don't want me to be successful.
No, Rihanna, no. You're not the eagle. They will soar high on wings like eagles. Rihanna wants to say that we are flying. That we are flying, and we're not. She's not flying. She had a bad day. She looks really stupid and corny. The way that they want to, that girl, the way that Rihanna wants to kill me, she's the one who wants to kill me. The way that Rihanna wants to kill me shows that we're not going to show this right now. But this is my heart, Lord, and I am expecting and waiting in that beautiful time for you to show me what you're going to do and how you're going to deliver this promise. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Lord God, I pray that you yank Rihanna by her freaking wig,
because they literally don't.
I'm sorry. See, as we all know, as of late, people been talking real greasy and stuff like that on the internet, making, insinuating that they can harm other people and know where people live. I'm sorry. That needs to be a crime. It is a crime, right? But shit like that, when you are saying you are wishing horrible things and death on people, you need to be flagged and talked to immediately. You need to have a talking to. You should not be allowed to send threats. I don't care if the threat is through your God. Asking God to snatch a wig off of somebody else to remove them from earth, that's a threat. How are people able to upload shit like this?
Want me to be successful?
No, Rihanna. Mop on her head and throw her all the way across darkness. In Jesus' name. Her spirit is in the spirit of the world, and it is very non-purposeful. Very non-purposeful. And it's very intrusive, and I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Mop on her head and throw her all the way across darkness. In Jesus' name. Her spirit is in the spirit of the world, and it is very non-purposeful. Very non-purposeful. And it's very intrusive, and I rebuke it in the name of Jesus.
Y'all. I am happy that she's in jail, she's been booked, and she ain't getting out. But what the hell? Now there's another. So not only was she making videos, but she's now, well, not now, but she had also made Facebook posts about Rihanna. Like, the obsession, it runs deep. She says, "Bad girl Riri, are you there? Because I was waiting for your AIDS 5-head self to say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me where I'm not at." Girl, what the hell? So now Rihanna got AIDS. She said, December 20th, 2025, send this everywhere. They are done. I just restricted that stupid B Kim Kardashian. I'm already through with Rihanna. Your turn hiding, B. Stop begging for a look. Yo. What do you call that? Hold on, let me stop sharing this real quick. it's just like, yeah, you guys, thank you for telling me that I'm frozen. As long as y'all can hear me, I'm sure the freeze is going to stop, right? The freeze is going to stop. I don't know how to help that right now. I'll figure it out next time. But look, thank y'all for being here again. We got 68 people in the building. It's okay. And I see that it's a hater or two in here. That's fine. That's up for everybody. Listen, if y'all want to talk about Anton, go somewhere else and do that shit. It's okay. I understand y'all are expecting me to fail. I'm gonna just keep going though. So thank you everybody that is in the building so far. Right, we just getting started. But as we continue, I just kind of want to dive in just a little bit before we transition into the sorority segment, because I want to give kind of like a definition to what an obsessive attraction can be, right? So let's see. Let me get that on there with y'all. We're just hanging out today, all right? So has anyone ever heard of the term Limrance? Right? Has anyone ever heard of this term? Because this makes a lot of sense to how people become obsessed, right? How people become very just intensely attracted to someone. So I'm gonna just read a little bit of this, and you guys drop some purple hearts in the chat while I'm reading this, if you have ever experienced any of these traits with anybody and didn't realize what it was. All right, so it says, if you've ever been madly in love with someone who doesn't share the same feelings, you've likely experienced the psychological phenomenon known as Limrance. These one-sided relationships can be damaging to your mental and physical health. Registered psychotherapist Natasha Duke explains how Limrance unfolds, what causes it, and what you can do if it happens to you. What is Limrance? Limrance is an involuntary state of intense obsession, fixation, and attachment to another person, also known as limerent object. These feelings are intense, which are not returned, often stem from unresolved relationships or unrequited love. Limerence isn't an official medical diagnosis, but it may be associated with certain attachment styles like anxious attachment or avoidant attachment. It's also comparable to addiction and other compulsive behaviors. Unlike love, with limerence, you're consumed by your feelings for another person, whether you like it or not. It's like an involuntary pull towards someone you can't have. It's more than a crush. A person in limerence may not want to feel this way. The low may not even be their type, but something about that person is drawing them in and really triggering them. I'm gonna stop right there. Have you ever experienced anything of that nature? Because I have experienced, like, you will meet a friend, right? And as soon as y'all start to get to know each other, all of a sudden they're like super attached to you, calling you sis, dressing like you, like very clingy, right? And it's almost like they're doing it blindly. And it makes you wonder, like, why are you being like this? And we just met. I've had that experience where it was just like the girl we met hanging out, and then she clung on to me. And that friendship didn't work out because it was so intense. And it was like she wanted to own me. She wanted to own me. And it was very strange. But at the same time, she was cool as hell. But then let's get into the causes of limerence, right? Individuals with anxious attachment styles and or low self-esteem may be more prone to experiencing limerence. Limerence does have some overlapping characteristics with addiction. In both happy hormone dopamine is released, and when an individual comes in contact with other object of their addiction. This results in your brain experiencing pleasure, and as dopamine is part of your body's reward system, you continue to seek out that high. It's the ultimate positive reinforcement. So let's scroll down. Factors that may make you vulnerable to limerence include insecure attachment styles, trauma, low self-esteem, excessive social media use. They had to have just added that in there because, you know, so social media is a 20th century thing. But we've seen on social media how people become super obsessed with people they don't even fucking know. Talking about them constantly over and over again, saying that they don't like that person, but almost at the same time seeking their attention. Crazy. It's crazy how certain things can show up and you think it's just innocent, or you just think it's, you know, you're not thinking what it is, but it's a real, you know, psycho situation that's happening when people are obsessing over you like that. And the fact that they don't see it, because, you know, there are people on social media, on YouTube, that really believe, you know, being obsessed about a thing that they feel is wrong is healthy. So they fixate on it, right? And nobody around them is telling them, hey, you know, fixating on this thing is not going to change the outcome. So maybe we should chill, right? So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. I don't want to bore y'all too much, but let's look at the signs to look for so you know, okay? Because I want everybody to feel protected out here. All right. It's very spooky because it is closer to you than you may think, right? Let's read some of these chats. It says there's the only Ulta company I can find right now is the Ulta Beauty company, and it does trade its stock. Yeah, I don't not believe that maybe she did that. I just didn't understand the relevancy of her saying that in conjunction to her talking about Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? That shit was weird. So these are okay. I guess this is telling us what to look for if you had it, right? When you're in limerence, you tend to put all of your time, energy, and focus onto the person. So let's read this as if it's talking about that person. So it says, if you sacrifice your own needs to meet the needs of others, see your low as perfect and without flaws. Feel anxious or restless when you're around them and when you're apart. The fear of rejection, neglect, or being left behind. Long for them and feel lonely when they're unavailable. Experience intense mood swings ranging from euphoria to despair. Struggle with intrusive or obsessive thoughts and daydreams about them. Repeatedly participate in obsessive compulsive behaviors like checking texts and social media pages. Is that helpful? Is that helpful information? Because I think it's worth talking about, right? But obsession doesn't necessarily end with just like obsessing over someone famous. Do y'all remember the story? Do you guys remember the story of the dad who of the father who unalived his daughter because of a Trump conversation? Do y'all remember that? Unalived his own daughter because they had a misunderstanding about Trump. If that is not a level of obsession, I don't know what is. But I'll give you a little recap on what it is. Let's talk about the killing of Lucy Harrison, right? Because this shit was crazy. And again, imagine having a father so obsessed with Donald Trump. Now, and listen, if you are a Trump supporter in the chat, this is not against you. This is just the cult-like because of the sororities, right? It's very cult-like energy. Some of these political views and ideology, they breed like a cult-like energy, and the lengths that they go through to try to like defend themselves within this cult is crazy. In this particular situation, he went all the way to unaliving his own daughter because of his obsession with with Donald Trump.
Investigation in the UK just wrapped up, concluding the death of a British citizen here in North Texas was unlawful.
The UK report released this week, based off of the evidence that report found 23-year-old Lucy Harrison's death an unlawful killing.
Imagine traveling 5,000 miles for a dream reunion, only for your own father to lead you into a bedroom and end your life in just 15 seconds. This isn't just a tragic accident. It's a terrifying look at what happens when political obsession becomes more powerful than blood. In the heart of Texas, a vibrant young British woman challenged her father's political idols, and moments later she was dead. But the real mystery begins after the trigger was pulled. Why did an American jury see an accident where a British judge saw an unlawful killing? This is the dark psychological breakdown of the death of Lucy Harrison. A case where a Glock 9mm became the final word in a political argument that should have never turned lethal.
Real quick, who is she to y'all?
That's our daughter.
Okay.
It's my daughter.
Okay.
And we were getting ready to go to the airport and we were talking about guns. And she said, "You got a gun?" I said, "Yes."
To understand the death of Lucy Harrison, we have to look at a 15-second window. In the world of documentary filmmaking, we call this the inciting incident. But in the world of forensics, it is a terminal interval. That is the brief, agonizing period between a father taking his daughter by the hand and a gunshot ending her life. It is 15 seconds that encapsulate 23 years of history, thousands of miles of travel, and the collision of two irreconcilable ideologies. In the world outside those limestone walls, the United States was vibrating with a specific aggressive energy. It was 10 days before the second inauguration of Donald Trump. The air in North Texas wasn't just cold, it was electric. This was the era of effective polarization. It's a sociological term that describes a state where political opponents are no longer seen as neighbors with different ideas, but as existential threats. Inside the Harrison residence, that energy had become claustrophobic. The air was thick with the scent of boxed Chardonnay and a radicalized political fervor that had, over years of isolation in a suburban echo chamber, curdled the very blood of paternal instinct. Lucy Harrison was 23 years old, a woman standing at the absolute threshold of her life, back in her native Warrington, and within the fast-paced fashion hubs of Manchester and London, she was known as a force of life. She was a fashion buyer for the global brand Boohoo. Her career was a reflection of her personality, modern, fast, globally connected, and vibrant. She had just moved into her first home, a milestone symbolizing her independence. Lucy was clear-headed, fiercely intelligent, and, as her friends would later testify with heartbreaking consistency, categorically anti-gun. She viewed the American obsession with firearms not as a right, but as a dangerous pathology. On the other side of this tragedy was her father, Chris Harrison. A 51-year-old fiber optics executive, Chris had moved to the States years prior, chasing the American dream and finding it in the affluent suburbs of Dallas. But the dream had a dark undercurrent. The UK coroner would later describe him as a functioning alcoholic and a secret drinker. In the hyper-conservative environment of Prosper, Chris hadn't just adopted the local politics. He had weaponized them.
And see, this is what scares me about politics today. Because why is it this deep? Why is it this deep? Why do these political, like the political nature of it all, why does it have to become so extreme that you can't just hear some policies, say you align with them or not, and keep it moving? Why does it have to be it's my side or else? Don't agree with me or else. Agree with me or else. It's like, what? It's disturbing.
Had traded his British roots for a persona that centered on a specific type of masculine bravado, one that equated firearm ownership with the family, even as his own internal stability began to fracture. This holiday visit was intended to be a bridge between these two worlds. But the bridge was built on a fault line of alcohol and ideology. Throughout the trip, Lucy had expressed increasing anxiety to her friends back home via WhatsApp. She described her father's behavior as volatile and opinionated. She was deeply uncomfortable with the presence of firearms in a house where her two younger half-sisters were being raised. The tension reached a breaking point on the—
Look at this. As I lifted the gun to show her. So during a debate or a heated conversation, about Trump and what he got going on, all of a sudden a gun appeared and you lifted it and suddenly a bang. You don't understand what happened. Lucy immediately fell. You shot the girl, sir. And that's another thing. It's like the accountability with these dangerous people, it doesn't exist.
Morning of January.
You shot your daughter. What do you mean you don't understand what happened? You were in an obsessive rage because your daughter was challenging your thoughts about your obsession with Trump and his policies. You probably was sounding crazy as hell. She probably was eating your ass up and you couldn't take it. So you decided to kill her. There's no other way around that one.
10th. The argument wasn't about the mundane details of a vacation. It was a collision of fundamental moralities. They argued about the rhetoric of sexual assault. Lucy, standing her ground, asked her father a hypothetical. How would you feel if I were a victim? His response was a chilling testament to the power of ideological possession. He told his daughter that it would not upset him that much because he had other daughters. In that moment, the biological bond of father and child was severed by the blade of politics. He didn't see Lucy as his firstborn. He saw her as a representative of a liberal world he had come to despise.
We gotta go back. Did y'all hear that? One more time.
Child was severed by the blade of politics. He didn't see Lucy as his first. It was a chilling testament sisters were being raised. The tension reached a breaking point on the morning of January 10th. The argument wasn't about the mundane details of a vacation. It was a collision of fundamental moralities. They argued about the rhetoric of sexual assault. Lucy, standing her ground, asked her father a hypothetical. How would you feel if I were a victim? His response was a chilling testament to the power.
So she asked her father, how would you feel if I were a victim? And listen to this motherfucker's response.
Of ideological possession. He told his daughter that it would not upset him that much because he had other daughters. In that moment,
this man said, I wouldn't care that much if it happened to you because I have other daughters. Yeah, we might as well end this father-daughter relationship now, because now I see you don't value the daughter. You value what? The quantity of how many kids you got. Oh, well, I lose one. It's okay. I got others. And he was willing to let her daughter die, his own daughter die, in the name of Trump. Should Trump violate her, harm her in any kind of way? Oh, well, I have other daughters. Bro, this is what your obsession drives you to denounce your own kid, bro?
the biological bond of father and child was severed by the blade of politics. He didn't see Lucy as his firstborn. He saw her as a representative of a liberal world he had come to despise. Distraught, Lucy texted her friends about the vibe in the house. Meanwhile, Chris Harrison went to a 7-Eleven. CCTV footage caught him buying 2 500 milliliters cartons of Chardonnay. He wasn't just fueling an addiction, he was preparing the stage for a disaster. As we move into the afternoon, the narrative shifts from a psychological drama to a technical horror. At 2:30 p.m., Chris led Lucy into his ground floor bedroom. He claimed he wanted to show her his Glock 9mm, perhaps as a way to educate her or perhaps as a final silent assertion of power. The defense Chris Harrison offered to the Prosper police was a familiar one in Texas. It just went off. In the American lexicon of gun violence, this phrase is a magic spell designed to suggest that the gun is a sentient, pernicious entity that occasionally decides to fire itself, but the physics of a Glock 9mm tell a far more sinister story. Glocks are world-renowned for their safe action system. They do not have a manual external safety switch. Instead, they...
Let me go ahead and read this real quick. Once again, thank y'all for being here with me tonight. A little Wednesday, vibe. I see y'all. We got 62 people in the building. Listen, if it was just 8 of us, I'm going to clap it up. Thank y'all so very much for being here. Listen, what's up, Barry? I see you. He says, hello, Jazz. This is Barry from the gym. I believe that was not his biological daughter, and it came from some kind of hatred of her being not his biological daughter. I really believe that. You think so? You think so? So he felt more enraged because it wasn't his biological daughter? That's crazy. I hope that's not the case, because wow.
Utilize 3 internal safety mechanisms: the trigger safety, the firing pin safety, and the drop safety. For a Glock to fire, the trigger safety, a small lever nestled within the trigger itself, must be depressed simultaneously with the trigger. This is an intentional design to prevent the gun from firing if it is dropped or bumped. To fire a Glock, you have to mean it, or you have to be so profoundly reckless that the concept of meaning no longer matters. The forensic reality provided by the UK inquest in 2006 dismantled the accident narrative. The shot was fired from medium range. The bullet traveled a straight trajectory through Lucy's chest, piercing her heart and ending her life almost instantly.
He killed that girl. No doubt about it. Killed that girl. Look at the range on that. Look, like, there was no accident here. And I hate the fact I'm playing this video because this man was not charged, y'all. Even after knowing that this shit was deliberate. No charges, but let's keep going.
Coroner, Jacqueline Devonish, was blunt. Chris Harrison had no formal training. He had never fired the gun. He was a James Bond fantasist who used the weapon as a prop. He was teasing his daughter, acting out a performance of dominance. To pull the trigger on a Glock requires a specific amount of pressure, usually about 5.5 pounds. It does not happen by accident while lifting the gun. It happens when a finger finds the trigger and pulls. What followed the shot was a masterclass in cognitive dissonance. As Lucy lay dying, her father didn't provide clear medical information to the 911 dispatchers. He didn't tell them he had shot his daughter. He screamed incoherently. The coroner would later note that he failed to ensure the emergency responders knew the nature of the injury. A gunshot wound to the heart requires a different response than a generic medical emergency. This failure points to a subconscious attempt at self-preservation. If he didn't say the words, "I shot her," perhaps in his alcohol-fogged mind it wasn't true. While Lucy's body was being prepared for its final journey back to Warrington, 2 legal engines began to grind in opposite directions, revealing a canyon between 2 cultures that speak the same language but share none of the same values. In Collin County, Texas, the investigation hit a wall of cultural normalcy. To the grand jury, Chris Harrison wasn't a killer. He was a tragic figure in a landscape of constitutional carry. In a state where the firearm is considered a natural extension of the domestic space, the threshold for criminal negligence is set at an atmospheric height. If the state cannot prove you intended the bullet to leave the barrel, Texas law often retreats into the language of unfortunate tragedy. When the grand jury issued their no bill, they weren't just clearing a man of a charge. They were effectively ruling that in the eyes of American justice, this level of recklessness is a...
What you say to Genius? I did peep that. I did peep that too. When they said when she was saying 911 call, she said 911. I did it. Maybe it's an AI voiceover, but this story is very real. This story is very real. That man definitely shot his daughter over this dispute. But hey, it is what it is. Let's keep going and we'll go right into the sorority conversation. But do you see why I wanted to play this in Tales of Obsession? We have people obsessed with wanting to be a part of organizations so badly that they're willing to get abused, battered, starved. We have obsessions over people on the internet where all they can do is obsess over this person or that person over and over again for no reason at all. We'll never know the reason. And then we have obsession in this right where you're so obsessed with your political beliefs that anybody that challenges those beliefs, you feel like they need to die. What's going on? And we can't say it's a white thing, a black thing, because look at what the blacks are willing to do to be a part of certain organizations. I don't know what ethnicity the Rihanna shooter was. What do y'all think she is? I know she's not white all the way, but she don't look totally black either. But obsessive traits are not, race specific. Anybody can have these traits. And knowing what these traits look like is really the reason why I wanted to show these things, because you got to be aware out here, because you may end up intertwined with people who have these obsessive type of personalities, and you end up in dangerous situations. With the Rihanna situation, you can't really help that because it was a crazy ass fan that, was going up. But the fact that she was able to upload those weird ass messages and those weird ass videos wishing death on another person and nobody said anything about it. We need to be getting in front of this shit to avoid the outcome of things. Do preventative measures, because what if that gate was open that woman shot into? We will be here talking about something totally different.
Permissible cost of liberty. But across the Atlantic, inside the Cheshire Coroner's Court, the facts were filtered through a different moral and legal compass. Under English law, the concept of gross negligence, manslaughter, does not care about your intentions. It cares about your conduct. Senior coroner Jacqueline Devonish didn't see a grieving father. She saw a man who had consumed alcohol, bypassed every basic rule of firearm safety, and used a loaded weapon as a prop for a performance of dominance. By the time she handed down the verdict of
y'all, thank you for telling me, but I don't know what to do about it. I don't know why it keeps freezing. Am I still frozen right now? I don't know why that keeps happening to me. I really don't know. I am so sorry. I'm gonna make sure I see about it and make sure that it's not, giving us this much trouble next time. But I apologize. Okay. Thank y'all for rocking with me. We got 60 people in the building. We going up and down. That's okay. I understand. Y'all wanted drama. I'm not the one that's gonna keep giving y'all drama around certain things. So thank you to everybody that is here just for a good time, just for commentary. Okay. But just try to bear with me with the freeze ups. I don't know how to stop it at this point. I don't know what's going on. So let's keep it going so we get to the sorority segment.
Unlawful killing, she had created a legal paradox. She branded Chris Harrison a criminal in the eyes of his homeland while he remained a free man in his Texas driveway. This is the essence of diplomatic ghosting. It is a state of legal limbo where Lucy Harrison is simultaneously the victim of a homicide and the casualty of a mishap, depending entirely on which side of the ocean her mother stands. The Atlantic has become a moat that justice cannot cross, leaving a family to scream into a void where one nation's right to bear arms has effectively silenced another nation's right to life. The setting of Prosper, Texas is essential to this commentary. It represents the echo chamber of modern America, where affluence provides a shield against the consequences of radicalization. The weapon intended for home defense was the only intruder Lucy ever faced. The irony is as thick as the Texas heat. The very object Chris Harrison believed made his family safe was the instrument of its destruction. This is the ultimate failure of the good man with a gun myth. It assumes the good man is always sober, always rational, and never possessed by a political rage that outweighs his love for his children. Lucy Harrison was a real force of life. She was a woman who had just begun to build her world, only to have it extinguished by a father who valued a theatrical performance of power over her breathing heart. Her mother, Jane Coates, has vowed to give Luce her voice back. That voice now speaks to us as a warning. It warns us that the political climate of 2025 has lethal consequences that extend far beyond the ballot box. Hey,
let me highlight this comment real quick. Did you pay your bill? You see, you could contribute to the Wi-Fi and lip gloss fund. Okay. Listen, help Auntie out. You know what I'm talking about? Contribute to that fund. Nah, but I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi today, y'all. Like I said, it's been storming and stuff. But yes, the bills are paid around here. Okay, guys? Come on now. Come on. Let's be so for real, okay? But let's keep it moving.
Warns us that when we allow...
Thank y'all for being here. Hit the like button.
...ideology to override our identities as parents, we lose our humanity long before the hammer drops. To fully grasp the jurisdictional crisis, we must look at the silence of the American authorities in the wake of the 2026 UK verdict. When Jacqueline Devenish handed down her ruling, she wasn't just offering a different opinion. She was making a legal determination based on forensic evidence that the Texas authorities had seemingly ignored. The fact that Chris Harrison was never tested for alcohol at the scene, despite admitted consumption, is a failure of investigative procedure that would be unthinkable in a UK homicide inquiry.
Lucy died as a result of a gunshot wound to her chest. The bullet passed through her heart.
This is where the story shifts from a domestic tragedy to a diplomatic failure. The Boohoo link provides the final tragic layer to Lucy's story. She wasn't just a visitor, she was a contributor to a
Hold on one second, y'all.
global economy, a young professional who bridged the gap between Manchester's industrial past and its digital fashion future. Her colleagues remember her not as a victim, but as a leader. By centering the narrative on her vibrant life, we refuse to let the weapon or the politician define her legacy. In the end, the story of Lucy Harrison is a story of three voids. The void in a family left by a daughter's death, the void in the American legal system where accountability should have been, and the void in a father's heart where ideology replaced love. As we close this investigation, we are left with one haunting question. In a world where the safe action system of a Glock is more reliable than the moral safety of a father, what does protection actually mean? As the sun sets over the manicured lawns of Prosper, the fences remain high and the guns remain loaded. But the ghost of Lucy Harrison remains, a reminder that in an era of extreme division, the most dangerous place to be might just be in the home of your own father.
Wow.
An investigation in the UK.
Yes. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, shoot. Did I not have the picture on? My bad. Sorry. But yeah, long story short, obsession will lead to death if you're not careful. And the fact that the state of Texas did not find him guilty on charges enough to have him in jail also lets me know that the law don't matter if you prioritize and value your politics over it. Because imagine trying to get justice for that girl in a courtroom full of Trump supporters. They damn near thinking she deserved it. That's a scary place to be in society, where you can't even be protected by the law when you were wrongfully unalived because of an excessive political belief. I don't know, y'all, but look, thank y'all so much for being here once again. We got 60 people in the building. Round of applause, round of applause. Y'all, it's just a little Wednesday vibe. It's just a little Wednesday vibe. Remington. Well, what type of topics are hot to you that you want to see me talk about? Let me know in the chat. I'm open to ideas, you guys. What do you guys, what's interesting right now? What do you guys want to talk about? Let me know. But if it's boring you can leave quietly. You know what I'm saying? I love that you're here. But let me know how we can make the channel better. This is a team effort. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the main event, y'all, because this is what you came here for. And we're going to keep it moving. Remember, we're unpacking the denouncing of the Delta sorority, right? And okay, thank you, Remington. Thank you for being here. As long as you did, appreciate you. We'll see you, or maybe we won't. Thank you. So we're gonna do the Delta sorority, and then on Sunday we're unpacking more sororities, and we're getting to the frats as well because that shit is crazy. So let's get into the next video, and I'm gonna start it before we get back into the documentary. Let's get into this video again, because remember the last time before we got into it, I shared a video of the ceremony at the wedding when they were all circled around the woman kind of doing that little witchy seance type of vibe. Whenever I've seen a stroll, right, or a probate or whatever, I would be in awe, right? I would never think anything demonic was going on. But as I look back at these probates and the energy that they bring, you let me know in the chat how this makes you feel.
Sisters and me, we are the soul-stepping sorors of DST. We have strived to cross those sands over into Delta Sigma Beta Land. Who are we? Step one by step, my sisters and me, we are the soul step by step, my stepping sorors. We have strived to cross those sands over into Delta Sigma Beta Land. Step one by step, my sisters and me.
Get into it. Get into the line. Get into the hand placement. Because what does this mean? Right? I feel like there is a spirituality behind the type of hands that you have open. One gives, one receives. What are they trying to cast upon themselves by marching in this specific way, chanting these words? I am paying attention to every detail now, because clearly every detail of these probates matter. They're symbolic for a reason. It's not just, oh, this is sorority step. No, it's deeper. It's deeper.
We are the soul step by step, stepping sorors. We have strived.
Everybody, stop the presses. We got O'Shea Jackson in the chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, O'Shea. Listen, I just filled out the paperwork to get monetized. I don't think I have super chats yet. Somebody tried to give me one last week. It looked like I had one, but as soon as I do, I'm going to let everybody know. But if you would like to support, you can hit that like button, share. I don't know if this video is crazy enough for you to review, but if you can like and share, comment on it, I'll be so grateful, O'Shea. And you can, they keep saying my camera keeps freezing up and my Wi-Fi is not humping as hard. Donate to the Wi-Fi and the lip gloss fund at $more-jazz. And I will appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. O'Shea Jackson, the legend. Hey. Thank you so much for being here. No, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan. Let's keep it going, y'all. Get the likes up.
To cross those sands over into Delta Sigma Beta Land. Who are we? Step one by step, my sisters and me. You're step by step, my stepping sorors. We have strived to cross those sands over into Delta Sigma Beta Land.
Wait, y'all, why I'm over here rocking like, oh my God. Okay, now I'm scared because that subconsciously just had me rocking to it as if I'm in it. Yo, that's a spell. Let me sit tight. I don't like that.
Who are we? Step one by step, my sisters and me. We are the soul step by step, my stepping sorors. We have strived to cross those sands over into Delta Sigma Beta Land. Who are we? Step one by step, my stepping sorors. Step by step, my stepping sorors. We have strived to cross those sands over into Delta Sigma Beta Land. Step one by step, my sisters.
You got it, come on, baby.
Step by step, my stepping sorors. We have strive, over into Delta Sigma.
So y'all all feeling it. We all in here like, we on I don't even know what they're saying, but I'm just like, yes, we've crossed the sands to Delta land. If I'm feeling like that, it ain't no telling the spell that these women were under during this ceremony. That is spooky shit. That was a real time response. And I had to catch myself like, hold on. That ain't no. We don't want to invite those kind of spirits. No. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. I cannot. Let me fast forward just a little bit more, right? Because it gets a little stranger, in my opinion. And then, on top of that, they had these girls in the rain. Leave outs all crunchy. I was like, all right, now. What they said in the last video, they weren't allowed to do their hair. Ooh, excuse me. But they said, y'all gonna cross these sands by any means necessary. We don't care nothing about your umbrella, honey. We don't care nothing about this rain. But let me keep it moving. All right, this is where between the outfits and like the way they were standing, I got a little nervous, y'all. I got a little nervous. First of all, look at their eyes. Look at their eyes.
Public service sorority. Thank you. Oh, when they are devastating and divine, the women who shine, and the best by design. Let's go, dudes. Let's go, greetings to the ladies of Alpha Chapter, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Public Service Sorority. Social action they lead with great compassion. They set the tone that unbreakable.
Wait, let me pause it. O'Shea, you said the donation. Don't be in here roasting me, O'Shea. Don't be in here roasting me, y'all. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi tonight. But shout out to O'Shea Do Jackson. Let me check my cash app. I haven't checked anything. Let me see what's happening. He said I got the African. Shut up. Oh, O'Shea, thank you. Shout out to you. I appreciate you so much. Hey, O'Shea may be the sponsor of the show tonight. Thank you for joining my little chill live today. Mr. O'Shea Do Jackson, forever grateful for your presence and your time, my good sir. Thank you so much. Shout out to O'Shea. That's our boy. Let's go ahead and keep playing this because this is the part where they get the chanting and then they start reciting those founding members' names and it just gets weird. Yeah.
Let's go, John! We see you, John!
So wait, y'all, they are chanting these dead founders' names. Chanting these dead founding members' names while they are positioning themselves as if being taken over. Am I tripping? That's how I'm interpreting. Like every name that they're yelling out is so and so, so and so, and each girl is going back. It seems as if they're inviting the spirit of whatever name they're chanting into their spirit at the same time. Am I tweaking? It don't look like nothing else to me at this point. Look at these eyes. I just want you to look at them. Look at her face right here. Look at this girl face right here. She looked like I done been through so much. All my life I had to fight to get here. There's nothing there, y'all. It's no tea, no shade. It's no, I'm just observing what I see. There's nothing there. It's almost like they're possessed. No?
That's your day, baby.
All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit more of this and we'll get into the documentary. Let me see. When they get to walking around. Now, remember we saw them doing it at the wedding? Got to do it at the probate. Why? If this is something we do to cross over to our sororities and this is how we become initiated to be in the sorority, why do we then have to carry it on to our other milestones that we are hitting in life, like our wedding? Look at this. It's like a coven.
Some folks pledge for Alpha, Sigma 2, but we pledge Delta. How about you? We strive so hard for
Now, what's up with if y'all look closely, there are babies in the middle of this circle right now. There are children in the middle of that circle that they are walking around and chanting. Why? Why are there kids there? I'm concerned. I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know about that, y'all. I don't know about that, y'all. Because, yo, why are there kids in the middle? What do they have to do with this probate? Why are there children there? So, I don't know. But let's go ahead and get into a look, you guys. Thank you so much for being here once again. Oh, shit, my bad. Thank you so much for being here once again, y'all. We getting right to it. No worries. We're going to go ahead and get into the second part of the documentary that we were watching on Sunday and see what's up. Oh, DeGenius, what's up? What's going on, DeGenius? Welcome to my boring ass show.
It ain't boring. Why you trying to put us in a trance? What's going on here? You got us watching zombies. That bitch wasn't there. She wasn't there. You saw it. I know they saw it, chat. Y'all saw that? She was not there.
Listen. This is what we're getting into. This is why we got to talk about this, because clearly it's something deeper that we all have missed, and we've accepted this shit for way too long because some ain't right.
I ain't going front. I was waving when they was doing the little chant too. I was like, yo, like what's going on?
This is what I'm saying. Like it'll get you. It'll get you. So y'all, we're gonna start up from where we left off last week. Thank y'all so much. Make sure you're hitting the like button, share the video. Let's go ahead and get right into it, y'all.
Stop playing in our face now, because we're going to be held accountable before God. This is a stop coming. And I understand some people, there's fear, and I can get all of those things, but shall we fear him who is able to kill the body, or shall you fear him who is able to put both soul and body into hell? Because you better expose yourself before the Lord does. You better, because even the people that's coming out and you got the nerve with Christianity in your bio and leaders in the church to defend this stuff. Oh no, do not take God's patience and his tolerance with you to mean he's in agreement with you. He is patient because he loves you. He is patient because he is telling you to repent. He is patient because he is hoping that you will come out and tell the truth. But because you will not, he is now raising up voices that are coming out to expose. And if you continue to lead his children down this pit, these altars and these covenants that we said it had the gall to do it in the presence of God, we had the gall to call Jesus down and say, watch me, go sign my name in this, in your church, at this altar, sign my name, do all of these covenants, do these rituals, these bonds, sing worship songs. We have the nerve to have a ritual book that says on the side of it, doctrine, which means true. You did this in the presence of my face, and you think that I'm going to tell you when I call you out of this, oh no, it's cool for this person to do that and that person not to? May the fear of the Lord grip us, because judgment has entered. Oh, God is judging these organizations. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care if it ain't happened to your mama, your grandmama, whoever. It says these sins I will follow to the third and the fourth generation. And that's why a lot of people that are in these organizations, your children dealing with autism, this one is sick, that one is, you brought curses upon your bloodline. And in the same way you took—
Oh my God. Sis is getting very deep. She's claiming, oh my God.
She went there.
She went all the way there. She said, if you pledge, you put curses on your children. That's why they got autism. Wow, he's not holding back.
It out on God's child, he's taking it out on yours. He's taking it out on yours. Don't think your grandmama got away with it. We got women right now who in their 70s and they denouncing. Oh no, God picked this appointed time because social media was able to gather everybody that joined these organizations and called them to repentance. Oh, why he didn't do this? Why he didn't do that? Why he didn't do it? God chose this time because he was patient with you in hopes that you would stop your wickedness. You took it even further and added it in my church. Oh, but why it's only the black organization and it's not the white ones? See, the white ones at least got some sense that when they graduate, you don't see them bring this crap in the church. I don't see no older white person wearing a line jacket. It's actually foolish for them to even wear that line jacket. So black people, you
know what? That's a really good point. Now I'm not in proximity to a lot of white people. But even just in general, I never see white people as a community big up their sororities and fraternities the way that black folks do. Why do you think that? And maybe they do, and I just don't see it.
Nah, facts. White people be keeping that a secret. You don't see it on their cars, no nothing like that. You'll probably I'm in proximity to some white people. You'll probably see like a plate or a cup in their house, but like
right.
you wouldn't see it in public at all.
Right. Like if they're going out, are they, they
might have a ring.
What's a ring? What you mean?
A ring.
Oh, like a college ring or a fraternity ring or what have you. So they'll wear like paraphernalia and keep little stuff around, but they're not announcing it. They're not carrying it on to all. Because oh my God, that's another point. I do a lot of weddings, as you know. Majority of them are white on the larger scale. I've never seen any type of sorority fraternity ceremony during any type of wedding in these environments. But I almost always have seen it done within our community. And I'm wondering why we as Black people, when we do cross into these Greek organizations, if it is not a requirement, what is it about the organization that they feel they have to hang on to throughout their entire life?
I guess to feel a sense of fraternity, like to be a part of something big, something they consider exclusive, and they wear it as a badge of honor.
Well, yeah, because I do know a lot of older, sorority women and fraternity men that definitely attach their identity, even at their big ages, to the organizations that they had pledged in such and such years ago. It's almost like, go ahead.
Even with this last election, Kamala Harris was able to get the Divine Nine to mobile up and raise $100 million.
You're right.
It's a sense of being a part of something, having power, some form of fashion.
That's deep, bro. We got a lot of unlearning to do, y'all. It's getting spooky out here.
Look it out the window and made this a lifetime commitment. White sororities and fraternity is just collegiate. They still wicked and they need to repent. But we're talking about you because that white man ain't gonna be standing next to you when you stand before the Lord.
Ooh.
They not. You're gonna have to answer and take accountability for what you did. Oh, we don't follow white people. We don't answer to them. Then why they gotta lead you into repentance? They gotta lead the charge for you to repent.
Right.
Why you worried about you'll repent if they do?
Right.
Oh, but we don't follow them. We don't follow. You sure? Because you need a white man to come out and say it's wrong in order for you to turn?
Ooh, she is very spicy with this, eating the girls up, because there's something to say about that. You need all of these people to tell you can't do what's righteous because of an organization telling you can't, when what you should be following is what's righteous. But Tandy Kane, thank you for participating in the conversation. She says, or he says, I can't really tell the profile picture, I think that's a woman, but isn't that all of us? Don't we all want to feel like a part of a group we want to feel part of lots of groups. No. I don't think I've ever had the desire to want to be a part of a group. I mean, yeah, maybe like to the people that I respect, to my friend group or whatever, but wanting to be a part of a group so I can feel like somebody, no. Like I can just be by myself. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Tandy. She said she's a lady. I'm sorry, Miss Lady Tandy. But what do you think, the genius? What do you think? Is that something that we all crave, to be a part of groups? And
I mean, we do all crave to be a part of something. I wouldn't say that in particular, those type of groups in particular, but like we do crave to be a part of something. Like even in our careers, we want to be in you're a singer, right? You would love to go sing with Aretha Franklin and Patti LaBelle, I'm sure, right? That's an elite group of people. So in some form of fashion, but like this is getting into spirituality and superseding God almost.
Right.
Like when them women fell back and did the Matrix, they looked possessed.
They did.
And like you said, it looked like they was letting the spirits of the names they was calling take over them. Shorty wasn't there. The shorty that didn't blink for 2 minutes wasn't there.
She was not there at all. It was literally a possession.
And the song, we you know what I'm saying?
And I think everything is symbolic to the way that they march, to what they're chanting, to the pacing in their voice. It all invokes that, like, I don't want to put the blanket label demonic, but it invokes an intense energy that is not of God. I will say that. I don't know where it's coming from. But as far as like being a part of groups, I do get it. But why do you have to sacrifice yourself in order to be accepted by a group? And that's what they're doing to be a part of these things. And then on top of that, you get in those groups, and if you're not in alignment with any and everything that they want and what they believe and who they think you should date or what you should do, they shun you. So is that even really worth it? It's not a group that it like unconditionally embraces you. It's like you do one thing and or against whatever their rules are or their organization is, you're done.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like, is it ever really worth it doing all that?
My question is like, like say when people join the military, we all got to go through basic training, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard, right? And it's like, what is this type of stuff preparing you for?
Right.
Like, how are you going to apply this into your everyday life?
Oh my God, that's a great question.
Because that from the last show, when that lady was at her wedding and they did that, that's wild. First off, I'm telling the DJ, yo, cut the mics. get these sisters up out of here.
Yeah.
Immediately. I didn't pay thousands of dollars to watch a ritual. Y'all put my wife under a spell.
And it unbinded the covenant of the marriage, so to speak. It had them calling out DST and saying DST was the number one love, and right in front of that lady's husband.
Right after they vows to God.
Right. So again, doing that in the wedding does what? What is the long-term goal after that? How is it going to impact the marriage by doing that in a positive way? That's what I would like to know. Well, let's keep going.
Family. Yeah. I just want them to be able to say, Jesus Christ authorizes this. Because there's no gray area. In this type of conversation, there's no liberty here.
Mm-mm. A line is drawn clearly in the sand. The Lord has had enough. The Lord has had enough. You false shepherds and teachers, you leading Jesus' children to the slaughter. We are clear when we said that this is a heaven or a hell issue. Oh my gosh, this like Nike shoes, this like you going to get a cup of coffee. Did you go and do a ritual when you tried that shoe on? Did you kneel at the altar when you tried that shoe on? Let's not try to be a serpent and have a serpent tongue to be legalistic in this area. No, 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 no. There are heaven and there are hell issues. You don't get to say that this thing you said out of your own mouth, that this thing will follow you to the final judgment. You said that. Oh, you think you're going to exit out the back door quietly? Oh no, when you was bold to sit there at that altar in his church, desecrate his church, and say that before his face, you better be bold enough to come out and renounce what you just said. Oh yeah, I love you. Oh, for sure. Yeah, God loves you. Yeah. You better repent though. Yeah, I love you. But you need to answer for what you just said. And you mentioned something really good earlier. You was talking about the gods and the stuff in Egypt. We sat around here. This ain't like, no. This ain't even like the little African deities, the little Santeria deities. No, 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 no. We turned around and messed with the same deities that God demolished in Exodus and that God dealt with in the book of Acts. We sat right there and played around with these same things that the Lord brought us out of. All 10 of them plagues was God's assault to them 10 gods. Every last one. And Ra was the 9th one. And Alpha Phi Alpha bow and they eat food to the gods in front of a sphinx, and the god that they serve is Ra. What you think Paul was doing in the book of Acts, where he was going through? He was almost about to be killed in Ephesus because of the temple of Diana and the worshipers there. And we turned around not even 50 years removed from slavery as Black people and said we want to go and look up Greek mythology in 1906 and 1913. Oh, you trying to come against Black culture? Since when are white deities Black culture anyway? Who told you this was Black culture? Oh, because our founders, they couldn't be a part of the Freemasons and they couldn't. You ain't had no business being in it anyway.
Oh, Lord.
You ain't had no business messing with that in the first place. 50 years removed from slavery, and you telling me these people sent you over to college for you to learn about Minerva? We can't even drink out of a water fountain. You over here learning about Minerva and doing rituals behind the scenes because you want to be in a white organization and show them you could do it better than them. Wow. You ain't have no business being a part of that in the first place. How was that Black culture?
Man.
How was that?
It's something to be said about that, because why were we so immediately drawn as Black people, like she said, not that far removed from slavery, by the people who created these organizations? Why were we so attracted and ready to assimilate with them? Like, it is like, did slavery do that much of a number on us? And it did. Where we couldn't even, once we got out of it, we couldn't even self-actualize or self-identify without assimilating to whiteness. And it's like, what is it going to take? What needs to happen for it to not be this way? Because clearly walking this way does not do us any good, because now look, everyone's denouncing and turning away and backing up from all this Greek mythology and in these ideologies. I just wish we weren't so quick to find our identity once we were able to be free. I wish we weren't so quick to assimilate. We should have had more pushback and separated once we were able to live on our own. And I know there were so many different roadblocks in our pathway that prevented us from doing a lot of those things, but it just runs so deep now. And even bringing up or having this kind of conversation with people that are in these organizations, they're gonna damn you straight to hell. So where do we find the balance, and we cleanse our spirit and seek better understanding so that we understand? And I don't feel like you have to be super religious and be, all of that to come to this understanding. Do you know what I mean, Genius? Like, I don't think you need to, you know, be a Bible thumper to understand that being a part of something like this, even as Black people, it does, you know, it does no good for our community as a whole. What you think?
Only thing I pledge allegiance to is the flag, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Shouldn't even be doing that. And we shouldn't even be doing that. Would you say, Quan, you wrong, sis? 12 gates, 12 tribes in the kingdom of heaven. Ethnicity is important. Yeah. Took scriptures out so we couldn't identify ourselves. And it's like, we still carried that same Bible. The same Bible that kept us in chains is the same Bible now that we now read and worship with. It's crazy.
My thing is, what was the version of the Bible before the King James version? Because that's the Bible. That's the Bible that kept us in slavery. King James version, right? So what was the Bible before that?
That's a great question. I don't know. Let's go. Hey, make sure y'all hitting the like. Thank y'all so much. Look, we are 62 people in the building. That's all good, y'all. What's up? Genius, you think I should be scared? You think I should be scared? You think I should quit my YouTube career because I ain't get 100 people?
Damn well I don't want you to quit your no YouTube career. Stop that. O'Shea was just in the building.
I didn't get 100 people tonight. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good. It's all good.
They're gonna be like, you suck, Jazz. We knew you couldn't make it without him.
It's like think of it like the stock market. It goes up and down. As long as you're trending up.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I appreciate any and everybody that's still rocking. So let's keep this video going. Make sure you're liking the video and let's continue.
Oh, they be stealing from us. No, you be stealing from them. Black people ain't come up with no Pilates. You up in there talking about Black girl Pilates, Lululemon.
No, don't start.
What you talking about? Cut it out. Everybody take it's cool. But at the end of the day, we didn't have no business messing around with this type of stuff. We didn't. After the Lord had grace and mercy, and if it wasn't for Christian abolitionists and Christian people that helped us even out of that stuff, because we had just came from all the little false God stuff, we didn't have no business playing around with this type of stuff and bringing this mess back on our bloodline and back in our culture.
Wow.
This is serious, man. You playing around with real deities. The Temple of Diana is one of the 8 wonders of the world. No, these were real deities that people really sat there and worshiped. All of those Egyptian deities, oh no, these was real deities. And we got the nerve to be talking about we going to Set at night. Set is the same God that God dealt with, which was Seth, which was the Egyptian false god, which meant chaos. And they have a temple of Set right now, a satanic temple of Set. So we sitting here telling people every night we about to go see Satan.
Wow.
Let's go to the underground process. Oh, nah, we didn't touch nobody. Let me tell you what we was up in there doing. Ooh. The first night we ended up having to go to Set, because remember I told you the above ground process around 6, 9 p.m. we get out. Around 10, we got to rush home and get dressed, because the thing Set, it lasts from around like 10:30 to 3 in the morning. Okay. And Set is basically a way where we beat all this information into you in a shorter period of time, okay? In order for you to pass the test and all of the stuff that you need. So so almost every other night we would have to go to Set, okay? And if we didn't go to Set, we was like running errands and stuff for the big sister. So I want you to think about the level of witchcraft that's taking place. We're not eating. We can barely sleep. So yeah, you don't remember what you did on that. The devil primarily want you to be in that type of state. So when you saying the stuff that you saying, you don't even care about that. You ready to just get it over with. You're in a state of delirium.
Oh my God.
You are delirious. You think at 18 and 19 that I cared about the stuff I was sitting over there saying, and that's why they primarily target college age young women. Oh, you should have known who you are at 7, 18. You knew who you was at 7 and 18. We supposed to know who we are at 18. You don't even know what you want to major in. You don't even know where you want to work.
Barely.
But you should have known exactly who you are. And on top of that, I'm a believer. Ain't nobody ever preached the gospel to me. I'm headed to hell. You shouldn't even be yoked with me. And so we go on the set, we got our white bras and our white panties on and all of this stuff and the sweatpants. We got to all be one because they beat out of you any form of individuality because you're going to emerge reborn into the personality and the characteristic of the deity of that organ.
Hold on. She said we remove any aspect of individuality. And I think that's probably why I never really vibed with it. I like to watch at a distance because I love being an individual. And always seeing all of them lined up wearing the same thing, looking the same way, wearing the same clothes. It was just like a turnoff for me. But they need you, they need you to erase anything about yourself because it could possibly ruin their agenda. And my thing is, why do we gotta do all of this just to be a part of this Greek organization? What is the sole purpose of all this stripping away individualism in order to be somebody in this organization?
They're trying to reboot your soul and download some new programming for it. That's all.
It's sick.
If you even decide that you want to be an individual, okay, they call you, it's a derogatory term, but it's basically like a negative thing if you have any form of individuality. So that's why it's like you look like it does. Like now all of a sudden, this person you can't even do the cha-cha slide without doing a shimmy. You can't, it becomes your characteristic, it becomes your nature, that whole thing, because that's be into you, the identity of that. So tell me, if none of this is an identity issue, then why are you doing all of the identity characteristics of the organization? The moment you cross over, you got the jackets on. I don't see you having your church on your plate. I see you have the organization on your plate. You got a whole shrine in your house of canes, of alpha stuff, of delta stuff. Ivy, pink and green is everywhere. Everywhere. Personal shrines of that. We know you are AKA a Delta SG Row before I know you a Christian.
Come on.
Damn.
I don't even know, like, oh, I ain't gotta wear that on me like that. But you can wear triple nail on you for your organization like that. Everybody gotta know that everywhere you go. You a Q dog. We see it. It's branded on you. You barking everywhere you go. See, it's cool for you to display that, but when you display Christianity, that's religious.
Dang. And it's so true. I mean, these frats and sororities, they wear their colors. They wear everything with so much honor. And you're so correct. She's so correct with the statement. We know the organization you're with before we even know your thoughts on Christ. Because that's coming first before anything.
Your treasury is your heart shall be also.
Come on.
So it's not about if you think that this is a problem or if you think that it's idolatry. The reason that you're in that predicament is because you don't know Jesus Christ as Lord. You only know him as Savior. Because for you to come up with a conclusion that God is okay with what you're doing, what type of God? You done did idolatry there. Because you made up a God in your own image that likes everything that you likes and loves everything that you loves and agrees with you. What you know, our own husbands and spouses don't even agree with us. And you're saying God agreed with everything that you did pre-Jesus? I was a whole heathen. And Jesus, my life that I lived before is the reason why I need Jesus. So you're telling me that you gave your life to Jesus, you are now saved, but God agrees with all the decisions that you made before?
Right. Make it make sense.
We shouldn't run none of those decisions back. If I was that wrong and headed to hell with all of my choices and my decisions, I should run everything. I should run the political stuff, black idolatry, identity. I should run the organization. I should run everything before you, because if I was this deceived I was headed to hell and I couldn't even see that, how are you telling me that after you got out of that water that Jesus is now okay with majority of your decisions and you're a new creation? So he's cool with all of your old stuff. What are you saying? What are you saying? You cannot make up a guy even in your own image. It says, if you even love yourself.
Come on.
That's the thing. And how arrogant are you to not run this choice back before the Lord?
That's all.
How arrogant.
That's it.
You 1000% know that he agrees with you.
Dang.
He will say, depart from me, you work of iniquity. I don't know you.
But wait. What about people? There are older people, gospel artists, and people that are mature in the faith. Well, that people would call mature in the faith, that are now pastors and singers and all these things. They're stepping into it, but they are called paper. They're not going through the full process. I don't know what they're going through. You may know more than me. They may say, now you're going too far because we didn't have to go through any of that. What would you say for those people that are, being coined and honorary members by paper?
What were you lacking that the body of Christ couldn't fulfill? Oh, I was seeking brotherhood, but I thought that brothers and sisters in Christ are those who do the will of the Lord. Oh, no, I have the light of Christ. Well, then why did you need the light of Sigma? Wow. Why did you need the light of Omega? You're saying that secular people are more brethren to you than the body of Christ? You need it to be, woe to those who love the affection of man. Dang. Woe to you. Because last I checked, we were called to deny ourselves and to follow Jesus. You want honor. You ye hypocrites. You sit in the temples. You want honor. You want reverence. You want glory. And on top of that, you want the affections of man. Damn. It says if you are loved by the world, you can't love. You are loved by the world. You love the world and the world loves you. And God says, and because of that, you're not even of me. There's a separation of the wheat and the tares. See, the Lord couldn't even work with a lot of these religious people. That's why he had to go get untrained, unlearned people. Because they lacked having a teachable spirit and they lacked being corrected. You know how much humility it takes to repent? You know how much humility it takes.
I'm going to pause it right there because it seems like they use God to help initiate people into this and make them feel like, no, this is what God wants for us to do. This is what God wants us to be or who God wants us to be. But as soon as they cross over, they don't even acknowledge God anymore. They just acknowledge their DST. So it's all blasphemous, all around, like all across the board, right?
Pump faking.
Like the whole, and then to say it takes so much humility to be able to repent. It does, because it's going to force you to look at yourself and really face the shit that you have done and come to the conclusion that everything you have done was never Christ-like, was never what God or Jesus or that higher sanctified power ever wanted you to participate in. And that might crush a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to be faced with their own shit, because how dare you say that I wasn't doing the right thing? How dare you say I wasn't in an amazing organization? Look at all these other people. No, I can't be wrong. You're wrong. And even if in the back of their mind, they know what they're doing is wrong, to repent and to admit that is worse than anything. Admitting that is, they'd rather not admit to it than endure what they're going through. It's like, I'd rather just, live in this demonic spirit and do what I've been taught and what was beaten into me and claim Jesus, but denounce Jesus at the same time, because I'm not doing anything in alignment with what Jesus will want. And even though that may be a fact, I'm never going to admit it. That
Sound
is
like cult behavior to me.
That is like high level delusional cult behavior for sure.
They're under the spell.
Yeah,
right.
Severely.
They're under the spell and they refuse to see the light. They just refuse. Their world collapse if they had to tell the truth to themselves. You understand?
Right.
But they've been through so much. I think that's what the purpose of the hazing is, right? To traumatize you, right? To reprogram you. So that's where I'm at with it, man. It's crazy.
It's wild.
And I'm gonna wrap it up. But it takes so much humility to even admit that you don't even love God. But no, God, I love you. No, Peter. Unless you let me wash you, you don't have any part of me. And that's a very sobering thing for many believers, because what Jesus dealt with Peter, this was the first situation he went through with Peter. Jesus is asleep at the bottom of the boat.
Yes.
Okay. They trying to wake him up because they're like freaked out because they think they're going to die.
Yes.
He rebukes their lack of faith and fear. So it's a way that you can walk with Jesus. And at the end, right before when Jesus goes to the cross, what is Peter dealing with? It's a way that you don't you can absolutely have head knowledge and not submit to your sanctification process.
Wow.
Peter was still dealing with a lack of faith and fear, although God warned him and warned him. And now we get to John chapter 21, where Peter has to be restored. And Peter went back on that boat. He's back out there fishing, and Jesus finds him in the same place where he first met him, and he calls him Simon. That was a rebuke. When he said, if you love me, feed my lambs. If you love me, feed my sheep. If you love me, tend to my sheep. Feed my lambs, babes in Christ. Feed my sheep, get them to adulthood, and tend to them, equipping in discipleship. But Peter had returned back to Simon. See, my gosh. The fact that Jesus is the only person he'll let you work when you fired.
Jesus.
That is scary to me. When you see these pastors and some of these people that's falling,
frightening.
When you see that he let them go years, years.
Damn.
Your massive church, none of that. Your massive church, none of that means you in right standing with Jesus. None of that. None of that. That person who knows that he's weak and fears the Lord and they know God, my gosh, I'm telling you, it's not a joke to hear, depart from me, you worker of iniquity. And no matter how much Jesus tried to say that to Peter, no, I got it. He said, if you don't let me wash you, we won't let him wash our parts. That's why we don't like discipleship. We like church, but we don't want nobody telling us what to do. We don't want you in my life like that. I don't want, we have so many people that come to my church. I want a mentor. I want this, until it's accountability. Until you're told that you can't do whatever you want to do in this church now. This is serious. Oh, nah, I want to be able to, I can dip and lead this church and go worship wherever I want to. You can tell Jesus where you want to worship. You could tell Jesus how you want to serve him. No, you cannot. We have to submit to the Lord now. We can't do what we want to do. And so a lot of these pastors, they have gone in their own way. They have, in my opinion, gone in the way of Cain, and they have found themselves kicking against the goals, and they found themselves persecuting those. See, God was literally raising a lot of these people replacement.
Let me fast forward.
It's so hard.
Y'all, we're reaching the end of this documentary. I know it's a little slower. She's really just expounding on, the Bible and how everything that these sororities are doing is in complete contradiction. But we're going to, we're going to jump towards the end and we'll wrap this up. But we're going to be right back here on Sunday, y'all. I appreciate everybody for being here tonight. We're just vibing. It's all good. Thank you again for the 60 people in the room. We're just trying new things. Let's finish up this documentary, and then I'll touch on a little bit what we'll talk about on Sunday, and I'll get y'all out of here. We weren't supposed to be here all night anyway, so let's keep going. The Genius, what you think so far?
Yeah, I'm just taking it all in. I mean, I haven't heard a lie yet come out this lady's mouth.
And that's the other gag, because stop her when she's lying. Stop her when she is lying. She ain't said nothing but the truth. Please drop some purple hearts in the chat if you have been enjoying the content so far. I really appreciate everybody being here. One more round of applause. And let's see what she has to say towards the end of this doc.
And simple. Because what they would do is, so we couldn't tell on them until the locations. They would make us park at a Kroger parking lot, blindfold ourselves, and put our heads down. One of the big sisters would come and drive the car, and we would have to keep our heads down until we get to the location. They would bring us inside blindfolded, so we can never tell them where we went. I can only tell you now because after our cross, brought over other lines. Okay? And so that's how we couldn't tell. If you got hurt that night, they would drop you off at the hospital, and they would leave you and tell them that you was working on step practice and that you don't know them.
Oh my God.
And they would all come together and come with a corroborative story, because you had deltas that worked at the police station, everything. Yes. And I know that because the line that I brought in right after this, we did that to two girls.
Yes.
We went under investigation. And we
what's up?
That sounds like organized crime to me.
Yeah, no, somebody said said that these sororities and fraternities are literal like educated organized crime rings. Like that's exactly what it
She
is. That's
said we
exactly what it's
all
giving.
will come together and corroborate a story. She had people in the police station. Wow.
It's dark, it's deep.
all got in a room and lied and corroborated our story that we didn't know them. Yes, we did. Mm-hmm. So we would go in there, they make you lock up, they do all types of stuff. You have Delta apple where you have to bite an onion and take and, you know, pass it down. All of us have to eat from that. And it's called the Delta apple. You know what that means? We would be totally dehydrated. You know, sometimes they would give you a half a cup of water. Everybody had to sip out of that water. And then when you're at the epitome of dry mouth, they would put a spoon of peanut butter in your mouth and then make you recite the founders after that. They had a thing.
This woman just said you have to share a half cup of water if you get thirsty. And if you get dry mouth, they're gonna feed you peanut butter in your dry mouth and then make you recite the founding founders of the organization. That's cruelty.
While in your underwear.
While in your underwear.
Crazy. Cult behavior.
What is it about cruelty that makes people feel, hold on, let me get my question right. Because the fact that they need to be cruel to these women in order for them to get across this sorority, why is that? What is it about the cruelty aspect that, you know, is needed for us to get this done?
It's we call it today a humiliation ritual. Right? It is what it is.
That's crazy.
How far are you willing to go? How much flesh are you willing to sacrifice?
Insanity.
Thing called digging for worms that we would do outside blindfolded, where we would dig and dig and dig until our nails bled and almost popped off. Yeah, they did. They would have Delta hair, Delta perms, where if you was the girl that had the nicest hair on the line, they would put all types of concoctions and they would ruin your hair.
No.
Yes, they would.
Oh, they gave
Yes,
a
they
nigga
would.
hair too?
Mm-hmm. We ate dog food. Mm-hmm.
That's why I can't find it in the
so they
corner
made
store.
up a concoction with.
Wait, what you say?
I said that's why I can't find it in the corner store.
Bro, eating dog food?
Dog food.
Couldn't you really get sick from that?
Well, dog food be meat, but it be like
no, that's beyond me. That's beyond me.
exactly.
We didn't know at the time it was dog food, but we was all throwing up. They made up I know now because, again, we brought over line, so you know all of the stuff that they do. We make a concoction of like egg, dog food, hot sauce, all this stuff, and they would call it Delta food, and we would all have to eat it up. And if you threw it up, you would have to catch it with your shirt. The same shirt you can't wash.
Oh my God. And I know everybody was
And
throwing
so this
up.
is a liberty, meaning I could send. So you're giving me permission to send my daughters to that.
Mm-hmm. And all of the people that's saying that's a liberty are the same people coming out talking about, but I pledged though. Now I was the rock on my line. These not the paper people.
Right.
We would have ritual nights where it would be dark in there, red candles lit, and that's where we would take wood, and that's where we would have to sit, you know, in a squat position, and big sister would just powder you so much. I remember one time my butt was beat so bad that it was literally black, and I could barely sit down in my seat. And I remember my teacher looked at me and was like, "What are they doing to you?" I'm not even joking. And I was literally about to cry, but I was so afraid she was going to tell. So I just stopped going to her class.
Wow. Wow.
So I'm trying to understand. You're telling me that they're hitting people like full force, or, you know, I spank my babies like,
No, full force. So you see the decorative paddles that people have in their room. It's like a cute paddle. Sometimes you see. No, we would go to the wood shop and get paddles that were made from the wood shop. You would duct tape the handle so you had a grip, and you just go in. And the people that you see that have broken canes, and they
ain't that what the slave masters was doing?
Yes, massa.
Ain't that what the slave masters was doing on the plantation?
They were literally beating them into submission. That's crazy.
How can you live with yourself knowing that you did an action or did something that is very similar, if not the same thing as what was done to your ancestors? How can you live with yourself?
I guess that's why she found Christ, man.
I'm sick to my stomach, y'all.
Apartments or broken paddles, those are people that had the paddle broken on them, and they give that to you as a badge of honor.
God bless the mother.
And they would just go. They would just go. And if you tried to break out, or no, you would have to get back up. It depends on the mood that the Profites had that night. It depends on if they wanted to do 3 in, 3 out. They just wanted to go. Don't even want to talk about hell night. How many you take?
Hell night.
Hell night is they have you up for 24 or 48 hours, depending on where you pledge. Because I want to be clear, pledging is the majority. People who didn't pledge is the minority. Don't ever let anybody tell you that. Okay? People who pledge is the majority. The minority are people who did not go through a pledge process. Okay? People are lying. And also the slapping, they would do this thing called smile wipes, where they slap your face and you will wipe. So if you was a happy or jovial person, they would wipe that off your face. That's why when people go to their crossing over, they got that mean mug. That's why they like that. Because they beat it out of you. So you can see sweet little Sarah, why she up there looking like that? Because they beat it out of you. You couldn't smile. You couldn't do nothing. You got to be hard. That's why these people look like that. Okay? And so I was sharing with you about Hell Night. So when people say, how did you not know what you was doing for initiation or whatever the case? See, all of this stuff leads you up to that final selling your soul up. Because again, they ease you into this. On night 1, they're not doing this to you. Okay? They see how far they can go. They ease you into it. So the first ritual we did was kind of like, the second one, now the final one, is what a lot of people talk about, which is that big one where you're like basically selling your soul. But the reason that they can get away with it is because of Hell Night. Hell Night is when all the big sisters, the big brothers for men, they're all in town and they ready. They ready to get that lick now. They keep you up for 24 to 48 hours. And you are, going through the information, all of the stuff that you learn. You're delirious. They're beating you up. You're taking wood and you're up completely for 24 hours and you go straight into the initiation from that. You don't sleep.
Oh my God.
Makes sense.
Yep. You don't sleep. And so that's why it's called Hell Night, because it's just insane, And so
Hell Night is right before.
Right before the initiation. Basically, you leave from set, get changed, and you go to the initiation. Now you tell me in that state, am I thinking about what I'm saying on there, or am I trying to get this over with? I'm 18. We 19. We 20. You think I'm thinking about that? I'm not thinking about that. I'm ready to get that over because that night we got a probate. So at this point, you up 48 hours. And after that, we at the club for the after party. And then after you cross, you still haze because now you become a neophyte. And so every time the big sisters come around, you basically are a servant, like their do boy. Okay, every homecoming, you got to go and buy all of the food for them to eat, all of the alcohol, all of the whatever. You don't get to do nothing. The whole neo year, you're just serving nothing but profites, and then they take you on a road trip and make you do the other chapters. And then you got to prove yourself. They got a thing called getting wrecked. So you got to prove that you pledged when you go to other chapters. If not, they strip you and they take your shirt or they take your chain if you didn't pledge. I know that because we did that to people who came to my campus. I know that.
Oh my God.
We sure did. So don't tell me.
Y'all, I apologize if I don't have a lot of commentary tonight because I'm just like, what?
We got to start going back and looking at like school and stuff like that, see if it was related to like these sororities and fraternities, because like they do that to you in jail, right? You know, you don't sleep for about first 24 hours, 48 hours, right? You up, you know, you're around a bunch of men and you disoriented and you hungry. So when they give you that food, you're going to eat it. They doing that to people like in college, and she's right. Like, one, you're not in the right state of mind when you're going to get initiated because you've been beaten, you ain't sleep. You know what happens to the brain when you don't sleep?
Yes.
You know,
it's deprived. You're in a whole different state of mind when you are.
You might as well be on drugs.
Yeah, when you're sleep deprived or when you are starved, you're not in the right state of mind at all whatsoever.
And it seems like they doing all of that, and then you're getting initiated, and then I guess the Neo years are just a whole year of humiliation. This is wild, bro. This is wild.
And it's sad. It's like I have to gather the words to describe what this is because it's so uncalled for. It's so uncalled for. It almost like the people that it benefits the people that are doing all of this the most.
Wait, I got none of this involve any men, right?
In this situation, I don't think so.
Okay.
She did say Hell Week. I feel like she said the women and the men, but I don't know if there was men in there beating up on the women like that. But in this situation, no, this was all ladies doing this to other ladies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't start. What you about?
You know I don't want to start. You said don't start. I'm gonna respect your platform. Don't boss up on me.
You better say something about women. You about to say something about women and our nature and da 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 da.
It's vicious, man. It's vicious, bro.
We gonna talk about the fraternities on Sunday.
Oh, hey, okay, we gonna see.
Because this ain't a gender specific thing. Because the males were doing even more diabolical shit to each other. Okay, so you want to get into the nature of things? Come on now, CEO.
Oh, you could just be paper. No, you could not. You couldn't. You don't get none of the benefits. If and that demon know who pledged and who didn't, because we have secret things for those who pledged and secret information for those who didn't. And so let's just say you just a Delta and you want to come to my campus. They have decorum. They have all types of stuff because it's a lot of perverted honor in these organizations. Tons. So like the older people, you have to honor them. You have to stand up. You have to sit down. You got all this type of stuff when they come into the room, all types of perverted honor. But if you was just a visiting chapter and you wanted to come down and party, no. If we found like you there or you're on our campus and you didn't let us know and you didn't come see us first and you
that sounds like gang stuff.
I said
checking in.
That's what
it's called. Checking in.
You.
Yeah.
We was educated witches and educated gang members. We in college.
She just admitted the shit. She just admitted it. Like
colors.
Man. She said educated witches and gang bangers. I'm glad she's owning it. And I hope somebody else put it in the chat. Like, did she ever go to the women that she did this to and ever apologize to them? I hope that she did. I haven't heard her say that yet. But I wonder if any of the people that are coming out and denouncing are trying to circle back and you know, just tell these people, yo, what we did was not right. If you need any support, post all of that, let us know, because this can ruin someone mentally. And I just wonder, it's like, after going through that, it's like, what is the real mental state, like the real mental health state of these women post graduating college and having to go through all of those things? Like, you can't be all the way right.
We seeing it right now, Jazz, with the men too. We're seeing it right now. We're living in it right now, especially us at our age, right?
Yeah,
we're they're amongst us.
walking the earth.
Yes.
I wasn't even tough like that for real. But now you put these letters on my chest. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm big tough now. I'm big tough. Oh nah, I wouldn't let them take that from me. You got about 20 girls that's surrounding you. Yes, you are going to give them that shirt because you're embarrassed and you don't get any respect amongst any of the, because when you cross over for that fame, you become like a little god on campus. You become worship because that's what you sold your life for. And that's why you got all these people, they grown, they 40 and 50 going back to homecoming to be worship.
Boom.
Hold the fuck on, because yeah. You know what's so funny? I went to Atlanta. What was that? The year before last, and I went down to Atlanta because my best friend went to Clark, and so did her. Well, no, he went to Morehouse. I think right. Yeah, they both went to school down in Atlanta, both HBCUs. She didn't pledge a sorority, but she was in a dance type of sorority that they had down there. He's an alpha. But I went down there for it was homecoming. And she is absolutely right. We're talking about elders with canes. We're talking about elders with canes walking onto the campus, sitting down, taking pictures, and you can tell they love the feeling of still being worshiped because of the organization that they are attached to. And I just remember feeling so out of place, not only because I didn't really know anybody. I was there with my best friend and her people, but I'm on this college campus and I'm just looking around and I'm just like, man, a lot of these people are 20, 30 years removed from this space, but they come here and they turn up and it's like a whole different energy. It's like a whole different energy outside of like their regular life. And I think she is so spot on with that. They go back 40 years later so they can still feel that sense of obsession or worship.
Just like our veterans, I guess it's the same feeling they get if you've been to war with somebody. You know what I mean? And your platoon is throwing an event, you go. You know what I'm saying? So for some of these people, I think that was one of the most traumatic experience of their life.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
No, in a sense, they had to live through that. They want to reap all the benefits they can. And I don't blame I don't blame them for that.
Okay. So you're saying like we did all of this, you're gonna always honor and respect me.
I want all of my ROI. I want all my return on investment. Yeah.
That's deep. That's deep.
Because that's the lot you got. Nobody care about that when you in the real world for real. But you got that little fame. Oh, you was Melissa the Delta. You was this. You was that. You know, you was all those things. Oh no, I again, like I told you, I was DP of 2 lines after me, and I brought over an average of 4 lines. 4 lines. And I did.
That's a lot of bitches ass you beat, girl. Golly.
Yeah, like a line is like what, like 20 per line? How much is a line?
I feel like it's 22 because it was 22 founding members, and you remember when they did that circle?
Oh yeah, okay, 22. Yeah, damn.
It seemed like they all was, it was
That's
22
88 people then.
88 people that you in.
Because she said 4, so that's 88.
Wow.
And that's just her.
That's just her. Jesus Christ. It's to all of these little young girls. All of them. I manipulated them, had them writing me papers, came up with demonic knowledge, did all of that same stuff to them. And what I am telling you, as somebody who had to go back, I had to go to each of them and I had to repent and I had to apologize. You think the Lord planned? I had all of these people, I became an evangelist for Satan.
Ooh. Oh.
All of what I'm supposed to be doing now, nurturing these young girls, bringing them up, shepherding them correctly. I was doing the most demonic, wicked things to these young girls who love my influence. They love who I was on campus, all of these things. And I'm manipulating them and making you be a part of this organization and making you feel like I love you. You know what I'm saying? Because of this trauma bond and this manipulation, because I'm playing good cop, bad cop and I'm manipulating you, you know, with whatever, you know. It's, and I had to go to each of them and I had to repent and apologize for what I did.
Wow.
Including going to the line. I had to write a letter to them as well. Oh no, Jesus is not playing. And you're talking to somebody that know it's a cost for this. I've gotten 3 cease and desist letters from Delta Sigma Theta.
Wow.
3.
Stop.
They've threatened. Are you kidding?
Wait. Oh my God. Wait. So she's removing herself and all she's doing is apologizing and they are threatening this woman now.
Blood out, blood in. She said it was a gang. She said it was a gang. We already established that they organized crime syndicate. Cease and desist.
Tabitha, what's up, Tabitha? Thank you for being here. But if these ladies became affiliated, what did they do after she apologized to them? That's a great question.
They told.
I don't know what they did. It seemed, but it's like you can't tell. I wonder how many of the people that she tried to apologize to like brushed her off. I feel like that may be more of a thing than accepting the apology, because when you in that deep, you don't want to hear what you did was wrong. You don't want to hear that you even deserve an apology. I just wonder, y'all, this shit, man, y'all right, a gang and a cult. It's like a gang. That's crazy. Oh, wow. Okay, so some, after she apologized, some of them denounced. That's a good thing. So at least the spirit is moving.
But if they come out with a full lawsuit, we're going to have to open up the rituals. And I would love to do that. Yeah, I've been threatened. I lost everything for truth. I lost everything. But we overcome them by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. And when we share our testimonies are not ours. They belong to the Lord. And it's very important that we are honest and that we are truthful.
Come on.
Because the Lord gonna make you make another video anyway. Okay? And so please stop doing that because you don't want to hurt their feelings. Care about not hurting God's feelings.
Come on.
Care about that. I don't care. You know, one of my ex-lines, she was like, don't you know, man, I could go to jail. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I said, but you're not worried about going to hell?
Huh?
You worried about going to jail? That in itself is a slap on the wrist.
Damn. She said, go to jail before you go to hell, baby. Like, what do you mean? You still got your soul in jail. You choosing the opposite route, baby. Straight to hell you go.
And so I just leave it at that.
Sister, so I love this because
all right,
I'll let you know later, but
let me see.
Don't allow anyone to be restful in their bondage. Whatever you need to do, shake them up.
I'm going to end it right there, y'all. It's towards the end. Yeah, it's towards the end anyway. But yo, how intense was that? Y'all put some purple hearts in the chat if you are just as flabbergasted as I am, because what the heck? Man, it's been an interesting show tonight. What you think? Give me some feedback, the genius. What do you think we can do to get 100 people in here on a Wednesday? What Jazz gotta do?
Jazz for the Jazz brand, they expect the drama. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just keep it a buck. They expect the drama, but keep it classy though. You know what I'm saying? You can always change the algorithm. You know the face card don't decline, so you good. You feel me?
You said they want the drama.
They want the drama.
They do. And this was sort of kind of like a test just to see, you know, what it is. And I didn't know if it would be a reducing views, because thank you so much, Quan. Thank you for interacting and being here all day. I mean, we haven't gotten lower. We just got down to the 40s. We've kept at least 60 people in here all night. But it was just kind of test to see, like, okay, how people are tapping in on a Wednesday night. And is it really just all about the drama? You know what I mean? Is it really just all about, Anton and mess? And if it is, the truth will show, but I'm not going to stop showing up in the space and talking about interesting things. And like some young lady in the chat, I can't remember who it was, but thank you so much. It may have been L, but they said my community will find me. My tribe will find me. So I know I came in here on a very messy train, but I'm taking that train on some different tracks, and hopefully, the audience will fuck with it and ride with me.
And you got 1,500 subscribers in 2 weeks. That's a win.
That is a win. Shout out to me. Give me a round of applause.
That's a win. You know what I mean? Yes. The paperwork for the monetization is in there. People are looking to be sending you super chats. So there you go. You got another revenue stream as long as you stay consistent, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I appreciate that.
You got to get back to me on that private matter.
I got to get back to you on that private matter. I was planning to call you tomorrow.
Okay.
And we'll discuss that.
Okay.
That. I got you though. But I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna wrap up the stream. But I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. I just popped up. My bad.
No bad at all. It was fun talking to you. I love the banter. But thanks for being here, DeGenius. I truly appreciate the support for real.
Pleasure. Peace from Wakanda.
Peace from Wakanda forever, my nigga. I got you. Have a good night. Y'all, how you doing? We did it. We did it on Wednesday. Went out. Oh, damn. But anyway, I appreciate everyone being here tonight. Like I said, y'all let me know. Let me know in the comments. Like before we get out of here, can you drop maybe 3 topics that you want to hear me talk about? You know what I mean? It could be anything. I'm into all of the things, right? Things that pique my interest are like the denouncement of the sororities. I kind of want to get into the Epstein files a little bit. I think Candace Owens, and mind you, I can't stand Candace. But I am loving this Candace that we are getting right now, that she has been on Erica Kirk's ass. You know what I'm saying? I love true crime. I love funny stuff. I want to maybe soon do like some reviews or, on television series or just cool stuff. It doesn't always have to be about drama and mess and all that stupid shit, But I appreciate OTO. Oh, that's DTO. What's up, TO? You in the building tonight? You said Candace your boo. You said Candace was your baby daddy. I'm not your baby mama. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, Theo. But thank you for being here and showing some support and engaging. Make sure you come on back to Auntie House now. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, let me know what y'all want to talk about. Like I said, for the drone threats, Magnetar. What's the drone threats? See, stuff like that. Y'all gotta let me know. I don't know. You can't send messages on YouTube, right? So Magnetar, follow me on Instagram. Send me DMs. Y'all can DM me at jazz__Noel and just send me ideas, like interesting stuff that you think that my commentary would be good on. But I just appreciate the engagement all the time. Oh, in Iran. Oh, that was another thing I wanted to talk about. Okay, the drone threats in Iran and things like that. Okay, let me get some more research on it and we can talk about it. Okay, y'all saying the Epstein files would be good. Okay. Let me put a little thing together and we can do it. I also wanted to talk about the new president or new leader that they Magnetar say he ain't got IG. Listen, you ain't missing out on nothing. Okay. Shout out to your peace of mind. All right. It's all good. Drop it on my community wall. That's another thing. If you guys have ideas, just, hey, Jazz, I think you should talk about this. Post it on my wall. I'll pick it up. Whatever. Let's just have a good time. Let's continue to grow. I will be sharing some lifestyle content, taking you behind the scenes on some of my shows, getting you more insight on what I do outside of this. Maybe some hair tutorials. I'll be doing stuff like that. I used to do that all the time before YouTube was a thing. I would just do it on Instagram. During COVID, I actually did a lot of hair tutorials. I was bored as hell at home. But yeah, I enjoy yapping, as y'all know. But I definitely don't want to be here for the drama. And if we only get 60 people here, when we not talking about drama, then shout out to the 60, 70 people, 80 people here that be here for everything else. Shout out to you. We're going to keep striving. We're going to keep going. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Hair tutorials, please. All right. Let's get into it. I'm seeing Epstein files. All right. I like this. Epstein files, Black issues, controversial topics, and gender wars. Y'all love a gender war. But see, because I did have some ideas. One of the videos that I'm going to do soon, I'm going to review. There was like, you know, that, I don't know if it's called a Jubilee, but those debates where they have two opposing views on one subject. There was a very interesting video that I came across about feminists versus anti-feminists, right? And it was a doozy. I think that's worth talking about because that feminism stuff is really hot it's trending in the algorithm these days. And a lot of people are against it. A lot of people are for it. But this particular debate, it really showed like the different sides and the ideologies. And I think it may, you know, help some people gain some different perspectives. Because I know we hate a woman having rights, right? We hate a woman. We hate a woman that can live and do for herself for some fucking reason. We hate a childless woman. But to hear the perspectives of the anti-feminists as women was quite interesting. You know what I'm saying? I want to get into that. I also want to get into, you know, the origins of patriarchy. I want to talk about something, but I don't want to. If I do a show like that, to the men out there, I know y'all support me. It is never to attack you, right? If we're talking about the patriarchy and maybe like the harmful impacts it has on society, it's not an attack on you. It's an attack on a system that is harmful to everybody. Okay. But I got ideas. I got things turning and going in my head. Y'all help me out. Let's figure this out together. Make sure you like, you share, and subscribe. This was a really fun show. Drop me some purple hearts in the chat before we get out of here. Let me know you love me. Let me know you love Auntie, because I love you, boo-boo. It was a good time. I wanted to flex my, y'all see my velour Juicy Couture? Y'all see my velour Juicy Couture jumpsuit? It's so 90s coded. It's or actually early 2000s, right? One of those. Why my mama pull up and gave me this one day? She was like, I think this will be cute on you. Old school ass velour suit. I love it. But I really appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for the purple hearts. Thank you for the love. Until next time, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Stay in tune with your girl. Make sure y'all communicating with me on the wall. Give me some ideas to talk about. And we'll be back next time. I'll see y'all for Sunday Fun Day. We're going to do another version of exposing the sororities and the frats and do a little yip yapping. Okay, so pull up. I appreciate y'all so much. Until next time, boos and bays. Bye. I love you so much. Let's dance on out of here. Yeah. All right. Come on. It's been a good time, y'all. Happy Wednesday. I'll see you next time.